Welcome to the Explainer. So, today we are tackling one of the most frustrating, honestly hair-pulling mysteries of modern travel. You're trying to be responsible, right? You're hunting for a budget-friendly deal, but somehow, the harder you try to find it, the more expensive that trip gets. It's crazy. We're going to break down exactly what's going on behind the scenes on your screen, and I'll show you an incredibly smart way to stop overpaying. If you've ever felt like the internet is literally playing tricks on your wallet, well, you're absolutely going to want to pay close attention to this.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever checked a flight today, and by tomorrow, the price has inexplicably jumped? We've all been there, right? It's that deeply relatable, honestly, panic-inducing moment. You find a great route, you think, okay, let me just sleep on it, maybe check my dates one more time, and when you log back in the next morning, bam! The cost is skyrocketed. You didn't change a single thing. No extra luggage, no seat upgrades. You are looking at the exact same flight. So why on earth is it suddenly so much more expensive? I know it feels random. I know it feels completely unfair, but I promise you it's neither. Ready for the ultimate plot twist? The truth is, you might actually be the very reason your flight price is going up. I know. It sounds a little wild. You're the one trying to save money, right? But the reality of how these modern booking systems work is just totally counterintuitive. Today, we're going to look at exactly why your flight price keeps rising every single time you hit refresh. And more importantly, especially for our viewers booking from Nigeria, we're going to figure out how you can lock in the absolute lowest fare before it's too late. Stick with me because understanding this little dynamic is a real game changer. All right, let's dive right into section 1, the real reason and the smart algorithms at play. We really need to demystify these hidden mechanics behind the price hikes because once you see this machinery at work, you're never going to search for a flight the same way again. So, here's the deal. We aren't living in the old days where airlines just price tickets randomly or simply base them on how many physical seats were left. Nope. Instead, they use smart algorithms. Basically, these are highly sophisticated airline back-end systems that adjust ticket prices dynamically. And they do this by tracking specific user behaviors rather than leaving anything up to chance. It's a highly calculated machine. It's literally watching what you do, how you interact with their website, and it's using your own data to actively work against your quest for a cheap ticket. Now, it's absolutely crucial to understand exactly what these algorithms are actually watching. The system tracks 3 major things. First up, search frequency. Literally, how many times have you looked at this exact same page? Second, the routes you're interested in. Are you consistently searching for that one flight from Lagos to London? And third, which is maybe the most important, the urgency of your travel plans. You see, the system can actually deduce how badly you need to fly just based on your repeated actions. You aren't just browsing anonymously. You're leaving a digital footprint that screams your intent to buy. When you keep checking that same flight over and over, the algorithm comes to a very simple and honestly very profitable conclusion. It says to itself, this person really wants this ticket. That is the core assumption the system makes. You've basically just tipped your hand in a high-stakes game of poker. And what does the system do once it knows you're hooked? It immediately increases the price. It knows your demand is high, so it restricts the perceived supply by hiking up the cost, which directly triggers a psychological response from you.
And that brings us to section 2, the panic booking trap. Let's walk through a super relatable scenario to make this abstract algorithm feel incredibly real and show you exactly how it hits your wallet. Let's say you check a flight today, and it's sitting at 450,000 naira. You think, okay, cool, that's a baseline, let me just see if it drops. So you come back later, boom, the algorithm saw you, now it's 520,000 naira. You're shocked, you kind of think it's a glitch, so you decide to wait again, just hoping it resets itself. You check back a third time, and now it's 610,000 naira. Visually, you can literally see how rapidly this escalates. Your ticket has inflated by 160,000 naira for no other reason than you waiting around and repeatedly checking the page. And here is the emotional climax of the algorithm's entire master plan. Now you panic and you book at the higher price. You're sitting there thinking, oh man, if I don't buy this right now at 610,000, it's going to be 700,000 by tonight. So you pull out your card and you overpay. I really want to make this crystal clear that panic-induced booking is exactly how the system is designed to trap travelers. It is working precisely as intended. It created a completely false sense of urgency and, well, you fell for it. To stop this from happening, we have to identify the behaviors causing it in the first place. Here are the biggest mistakes travelers inadvertently make when they're hunting for deals. 1. Constantly refreshing flight pages. 2. Comparing the exact same route way too many times across a few hours or days. And 3. Waiting too long, just banking on the hope that prices will magically drop.
Instead of saving you money, these actions are the exact triggers that alert the algorithm to inflate your prices. It's this vicious cycle where your attempts to save are actually literally costing you more.
But hey, don't worry, we aren't just going to leave you with the problem. Let's shift gears to Section 3, the solution, and how you can actually start beating the system using Travul.org. We need a way to stop playing their rigged game. So we essentially have two options here. The first is the mistake we just talked about, that super stressful, loss-inducing cycle of endless searching, constantly worrying about price hikes, and risking booking at the exact wrong time. But the alternative, the smart approach, that's using Travul.org, where you get direct access to the best available deals right out of the gate. You completely avoid those algorithmic search traps because you aren't pinging the airline system over and over again. Plus, you get to book with trusted guidance. It totally shifts the power from the airline's algorithm right back to you.
Smart travelers don't guess. They don't just sit there clicking refresh and praying for a miracle. They follow a specific strategy. Using the right platform lets you execute 3 exact steps. Number 1, book at the right time. Number 2, lock the right price immediately. And number 3, avoid those completely unnecessary financial losses. This is exactly how you take control of your travel budget. You just bypass the digital tracking altogether.
So before you accidentally tell the algorithm to raise the price on you yet again, you need a different approach. This is why utilizing a platform like Travelule.org right now is absolutely crucial. You want to visit them to lock in the lowest fare before it's gone. The whole goal is to get access to trusted flight deals and secure that low price before it just vanishes into the algorithmic ether. We've seen how the system works. We know for a fact that the more you click blindly, the more you end up paying. So I'll leave you with this question. Will you keep clicking blindly and paying more, or will you book smarter and safe? I really hope this explainer has empowered you with the knowledge you need to navigate these bookings without falling into the panic trap. Thank you so much for joining me today and learning how to outsmart the system. Until next time, stay focused and travel smart.